Off-year elections in the future. Across America, we usually refer to the elections for federal office that are not tied to the presidential elections as the off-year elections, the next being 2026. However, there were some important elections this past week in New York City, New Jersey, and Virginia. Here in Houston, there was a crowded field to replace the congressional rep from District 18. I've been the victim of decades of poor representation in Congress here in that 18th district. The last two elected have died in office. The slot has been vacant for 6 months. I don't think anybody noticed. As I anticipated, two who ran on anti-Trump slates will be in the runoff. Neither would be acceptable to me. However, the district has been redrawn for the 2026 election, so maybe the skies will be brighter with a better electorate map a year from now. The New York City race garnered much of the publicity for this election season. An anti-Semitic dirty commie with no management experience was elected. I understand that 30% of the Jewish vote went for him. That makes no sense to me. I call for a total boycott of New York City for the length of his term. No visits, of course, but see who you do business with. If their headquarters are still in New York City after this, cut them off. As they say, elections have consequences. Let's deliver. In Virginia and New Jersey, a low turnout resulted in the election of two losers. My message to taxpayers in both states: many of you stayed home, so you get to enjoy high taxes, high electric bills, and boys and girls bathrooms. Hope you're happy with yourselves for taking the day off instead of voting. Given the excellent job Glenn Youngkin did as governor of Virginia, I'm surprised that the election was for a Democratic slate. This was made worse by Dem Jay Jones being elected Attorney General in Virginia after putting in writing that he wanted a GOP legislator dead and his two children. Who votes for scum like this? For President Trump, I ask you to do full audits to see how many illegals voted in the elections above. Time to crack down. It's also crucial that the GOP take the 2026 elections very seriously. Put guards at polling places. Watch how mail-in ballots are handled. The only good news is that the Dems blew $100 million on those elections in New Jersey and Virginia, supposedly both blue states. I hear they are having trouble raising funds. Maybe that will be the message to the GOP for 2026. Get out there and spend some money. Frankly, despite these election results, I still predict that the GOP victory will be in November of 2026. This is Dr. David D. Schein. Thanks for joining me for this special edition of Saving America. Remember, a new Saving America show is aired on the Brushwood Media Network every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Listen on any of the 16 network stations, Apple or Google mobile app, Apple CarPlay, TuneIn, Smart Speaker, and all smart TVs. Find more information at the brushwoodmedianetwork.com. Please be sure to join us each week. We welcome and love your feedback from our growing audience.